This is Chicago's very own WGN Morning News at 6.
Breaking this morning in River North, a mass shooting outside a nightclub left 4 people dead, more than a dozen others injured.
Eric Rung is following the investigation. He's at the scene now.
Well, good morning. This shooting happened around 11:30 last night in Franklin, just as a restaurant and lounge was closing for the night. That restaurant and lounge is called Art Is. Now, according to Chicago police, 4 people were killed, 14 others were injured. There were 2 men and 2 women among the dead. One of them is 26-year-old Taylor Walker, who was identified by family early this morning. The names of the 3 others killed have not been released. Witnesses say they heard rapid gunfire and a car speeding away.
Absolute chaos. Blood on the streets, to people laying on the streets, just a massive police presence, just horrific, more than I've ever seen.
This is a video that was posted to the Citizen app. It really gives you a good sense of the massive response. There was an album release party for a Chicago rapper named Mellow Bucks. The club was closed. A large group of people outside when a car pulled up, and at least one shooter, maybe more, got out and opened fire. Police didn't even wait for ambulances to get here and just started driving victims to the themselves. The ages of the victims range from their early 20s to early 30s. At least some of those.
And next thing you know is a whole bunch of police officers driving by fast, ambulance, fire and rescue.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we
Mic check 1 2. What it is, what it do. You did. The legendary T.I. You tuned in to another episode. Dope Lines Podcast, man. Can't even lie. This one right here is a sad one. Let me get this audio right. Give me a minute on this audio. As you can tell, it was a tragic scene in the city of Chicago. I've been living in Chicago for a long time, man, and a few other places too. I can't lie, but what happened the other night, it's just tragic, Jack. Right? I don't even know what to say. Mic check 1 2. What's man? Tuning in another episode of Dope Lines Podcast. Normally I try to keep it positive, you know, about the music, the dope lines, the lyrics. But today, I guess I'm gonna keep it on that type of note. But it has to be on a sad note. Okay, basically, this is what it is. You gotta excuse the background. I'm in the city. We out west with it. So you know it's gonna be fireworks, so forth and so on. You know, all the shenanigans popping up today. It's the 4th weekend. Gotta be careful. It's kind of what this topic is about. As I wait on everybody to join the room, you know, shout out to everybody tuning in. Special podcast. Really wasn't planning on to, but as people would say, the spirit. So now I'm here, and you know, nice videos queued up, showing what happened in Chicago for those who don't know. And for those who don't know, that's part of the problem. That it's kind of like, not that this type of news should be broadcasted, but I just feel more people should have known national coverage about a mass shooting. They say it's 500 mass shootings a year, 365 days in a year. So you do the math. But for some reason, it seemed like, other than, you know, the local media here in Chicago, the publications here, and that was really mainly social media, you know, people that you know, that do their thing, social media content creators, journalists, reporters, facts. they were the only ones that really talking about it. So it made me wonder, like, damn, is it that people don't care about Chicago? I mean, that's why it's not national. It's Chicago news. I thought about that. Then I thought about, well, damn, maybe it's because, you know, it was on the 4th weekend. They trying to keep it down because they got NASCAR coming to Chicago. You got a bunch of concerts. You got a whole lot. It's the 4th. So it's a lot popping off in Chicago this weekend. So maybe they trying to keep, you know, low on the crime. But then I thought about it. The mayor, the governor, police superintendent, the chief, they all said a little bit, but it wasn't the type of anger that I was looking for. I didn't hear the governor say nothing. I heard the police chief, superintendent, and I heard the mayor talk. And they were just pretty much trying to reassure people that this weekend, all the out-of-towners, the money people, that Chicago will be safe. So it's almost like they were just trying to save face on what was going down in Chicago. Okay, come spend your money. Don't change your ticket. So after that, it becomes a thing. Well, maybe it just doesn't fit the narrative. And what I mean by fitting the narrative, I mean maybe it just don't fit the political scheme. Because if it was something for BLM, Black Lives Matter, you would think that it would be publicized, it'd be all over. The NBA down with Black Lives Matter, NFL, they down with Black Lives Matter, Hove and everybody, they got it on the court, they had it on the players, the whole bubble tournament, the Super Bowl, the woke power, everything. So you would think 18 people shot, all black, male and female, it'll make the news. BLM. What happened to the ambulance chasing lawyers, the fake Johnny Cochrans that come around and when it's a death, when a black man get killed by a police officer? Why they don't come around? Why they don't try to help the situation? Where's BLM with counselors and therapists, psychologists to come talk to these kids or try to get to the bottom of the situation where they can squash it? They ran off with all the money. Where the protesting at? I don't see nobody want to go protest rap music or any type of spirits that put demonic brainwaves, energy into your kids. Where they at? Where the church is at? They taking all the money, all the resources. They giving it to the foreigners, to the immigrants, to everybody. But you wonder why this story ain't nationwide? It's because it doesn't have a white person involved in it. See, the mayor, Brandon Johnson, bitch ass, he like shit on the white man, Trump, Jim Crow 2.0. He's a homie type of nigga. You know, them dudes. Y'all remember Sarge? Sarge from Soldier Story. And we thought Sarge was the bad man. We thought he was the evil dude. We thought he was the worst. Because he wasn't down the shucking and jiving. He was a stand-up dude. By the book. A true American. Y'all remember Sarge? They hated Sarge so much. Because he was trying to make them that they plotted to kill Sarge. And you remember the jail scene when he went up to CJ and he told him, yeah, it used to be a time where we used to like you type of shucking and jiving and homie type of niggas. Entertain and do whatever for a master. But the day of the Geechee is over. And it looked like it's not. But if you really look at stuff like this for what it is, you will see what it is. The reason why they didn't make this a big story is not because it's black people and they don't care. It's not because it's Chicago. We used to it. Nobody cares. It's because they don't have a narrative of a white person. If it was a white person either shooting somebody or a white person getting shot by a black person, it would have made the whole story. It's ironic that at the same time, maybe a week before this shooting, it was an incident that happened at a park, Douglas Park, I believe, on the west side of Chicago, where a lifeguard killed a young black man. I think he shot the other one. They were like real young, 14, 15. White dude, ex-military. Not that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. You sense to have a heightened alert for danger. And then I know a lot of people would be like, well, he might have suffered from something and shouldn't, and just shot the kids for no reason because he thought he was back in the service. He would have never been a lifeguard if he wasn't trying to save lives. You're not trying to be a lifeguard in the hood unless you're trying to save lives. And this man rode his bike. He rode a bike. So they tried to steal his bike, I think, one time. It didn't work, so he caught him. So they showed the video after the uproar. And the video shows the shorties walking up, trying to slide on the old man. Yeah, they tried to slide on him. One shorty reached, the other one came behind him with a bag. He reached in the bag. The OG was on point. He laced him. You hate to hear that. My condolences to the family. But you just gotta teach your kids better. It starts at home, man. I don't care how well raised they are at home. There's too many influences with these cell phones, the internet, all this stuff. You gotta stand on your kids. So with that being said, last night, 18 kids, young adults got shot, ages ranging from 21 to 31. Popular rapper Mellow Bucks out of Chicago. And after listening to her, because of course he's trending, I think she dope as hell. Like, she dope, she can rap. Like, if she ever would just change up her thought process, she like King Von. She can rap. I would salute her, because she can go. But, with that being said, I kinda blame it on her. Yeah. For the simple fact you know what you spit when you spit. You know the power of the words. You know the tongue is sharper than a sword. And you can't say you don't know, because your words already done got people hurt. That's why this beef retaliated. So don't go into it like, well, I was just rapping and I didn't know. And it shouldn't have went that far. No, because you already got people hurt. Already got a few people lined up. The fact that you spitting this type of music, you got a lot of people hurt. Because they all, it's crazy. Rap. If you clean up your act, it's time to grow up. And that's part of this conversation. Other than the news media not carrying the story because it don't fit the narrative. The other, us being savages, man. This drill music, man, it's crazy because people believe that the music and the movies and the things that you take in from social media and everything can't affect you. They believe it can't affect you badly, should I say. Because they also know what it can do to you as far as good. They know when they know when dopamines, dopamines get lit up, and they feeling that, exhilaration, and you feel that. Music do that. Music can give you the chills. Music can make you cry. It can make you work out. It can make you make love. And it can make you kill. That part, that if you don't believe that, that's what the devil told you. Oh, it ain't the music. Oh, the music. Man, how can music make you do everything else? Music is the motion, it's the motivator. How can it make you do everything? But it can't make you kill. We wouldn't be here without music. Your mom and father probably met off some music. The music gave him the inspiration to slide over there, your mama. And then the music was the inspiration for him to slide in your mama. Hell, music was probably the inspiration for you to slide out your mama. But the point is, the sound of the rhythm always been, the beat of us, how we move. So when you think about it, I remember growing up in Chicago, before rap music really blew up. Before rap music blew up, it was house and R&B. And it was crazy because the energy and the vibration in that house music really was the common factor of the city. Because the city always gang bang. Ain't nothing ever changed with that. The city's always go gang bang. Excuse me while I take me a. We're gonna go up a little bit. The city always go gangbang. Thing was, we had a chance to go release therapy. You don't have to be rough all day. You can be outside, but then when you go to the house party, we go dance and sweat. There's women there. Even was a bunch of homosexuals there. We didn't care. They did them, we did us. Let's get these bras. And we party. And we dance. And it was therapy. The rhythm was right, the vibration was right, the DJ was rocking. And in Chicago, our house DJs is phenomenal. So they taking out the bass sometimes, letting you y'all treble. And then they might drop the bass. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm talking about, so we felt the stems, with the kids are called stems. We felt all the stems of the music. Shout out to all the DJs too. But the music was just set different. And then when hip hop came, oh, it was a great vibration. It was an extension of the house music. Because it was the deep, soulful rhythms, cuts. And now we got poets speaking over them. Rappers. So now we're hearing the KRS Ones. Imagine that. An era where you had rappers who called themselves the teacher. And oh boy, did he teach. Jesus Christ, did he teach. It wasn't nothing better than the teacher. So we have the teacher, one of the greatest. And we also had Rakim the God. We had Jungle Brothers, De La Soul. We had all the greats in the 90s. So when it comes to hip hop and the vibration, that's why I try to explain to the shorties that we just had different examples of music. And like I say, we went from house music to the hip hop. And trust me, Chicago didn't have hip hop. It was really just mostly New York hip hop that we loved and respected anyway. That's all we knew. But it was great. Even the names of the groups back then was different. The record labels, everything. You had cliques like Native Tongues, who brought you the Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, Moni Love, Queen Latifah, Jungle Brothers. I'm talking about what's my boy Dress, Black Sheep. You talking about Black Medallions, No Gold, Pro-Black, Happy to Be Black, Progressive. Wasn't blaming nothing on nobody. Wasn't no Jim Crow 2.0 or none of that then. It was opportunity. We knew we was free. We didn't care who was the president. We didn't care who was the mayor. We didn't care about politics. We were just young and thirsty and wanting to get ours, man. With this thing of hip hop. And we knew hip hop had our back. So as we grew up and got older, this is where the play come in at. See, that's what make me the OG in a situation. Because I was caught up in the same thing. Matter of fact, I was caught up in the original thing. When they brought us gangster music and malt liquor. Yeah. They went from being all about De La Soul, On the Road, Black Medallions, No Go, Power to the People, all that stuff, to just straight up that's all it was. Gangsta rap came out. A group called NWA. I mean, you had other groups, Compton Most Wanted. You had the Ghetto Boys, you had all them. But NWA, man, they tricked us. Shout out to the Jew, man, that tricked us, man, because it was just diabolical. Jerry Heller, man. Yeah, Priority Records. They came in with a master plan, swooped up the conscious raps. There's a bunch of conscious rappers that was just doing their thing, man. And they turned it all into gangster rappers. They made it so popular. To this day, it's popular. If you think about the Lifetime Achievements Awards, it's to Dr. Dre. BET got the Dr. Dre Lifetime Achievement Awards. No disrespect to Dr. Dre when it comes to his music, because our parties, all that shit. Toxic as it may be. It may be. But we loved it. I still love it. I can't even lie. It's a time and place where you want to hear some gangster rap. Shout out to gangster rap. I ain't gonna hold you. But as a kid, it was the shift. They kept the beats. They kept the vibration. They kept the Parliament. They kept the Rick James, James Browns. They kept the same vibration, but they switched the lyrics up on us, and they drugged us with the malt liquor. So now we get into a trance and we hear gangster music, and it's probably the first time that we hear music about killing us. Like, for real. Like, we grew up to Lottie Dottie and, you know, the Fat Boys and Beastie Boys and, you know, that Crush Groove, Run DMC. So all the beefs was just like, you know, minor LL Cool J beef with everybody, but it wasn't nothing like we heard the word nigga and kill so much until NWA. And the whole West Coast thing. But like you say, we never noticed. We never noticed. We just kept doing us, and we just thought it was hip hop. We thought it was their side of the story. New York had their side. We thought this was the LA side. We didn't know they was pushing this culture, this gangbang culture. Well, Chicago already had it, so they didn't push it on us. But they pushed it. They pushed it to the rest of the world. And me being in Chicago, I'm not knowing that gangbanging ain't everywhere. I'm thinking it's everywhere. So growing up and finding out how they pushed this gangbang culture, this niggas with attitude type of energy. And you gotta think. Shout out to Common Sense, man, because Common, he peeped it coming. He called it out. Matter of fact, him and Ice Cube got into a beef. Because in the song I Used to Love Her, he broke down how East Coast had her, she was cool. But when she went to the West Coast, that's why she got fouled. She got fucked up. So him and Cube got into a little beef over that. And it's come to find out it was kind of like an awakening because Ice Cube ended up becoming more militant than anybody. Shout out to Cube. When he broke up with WA, because he was smarter than that. And he seen what the Jew was trying to do. One of his best lines. You let this Jew break up my crew. And we all know no Vaseline. Used to be hard, now y'all just wet and soft. Heard y'all was down with the AK. Now I see you in the video with Miss Chalet. Y'all know the song. But Q broke wide. Went and joined the East Coast Cats. Bomb Squad. America's Most. If you never heard America's Most, shorties, go check it out. Go check it out. But yeah, I just like to talk about, man, like I said, what went on in Chicago and how it's not carried through the national media like I thought it was. And I'm blaming it because it just don't fit the narrative. The Democrats can't get behind it. They can't blame Trump. They can't blame white supremacy, BLM. They can't raise some money. You know, people can't protest, hit the streets, boycott, riot, because it's us on us. So it just don't fit the narrative. But it's a sad situation, man, because it's the music, man. And the most demonic thing I think about the whole situation is that I bet you they still won't change. Everybody can feel sorry for this girl and be like, she's going through a lot. Well, she is. Trust me. My heart goes out to her and everybody lost their life. But ain't it enough for y'all to change the narrative and say, okay, it ain't worth it? If you lose another in this rap industry as a rapper, was it worth it to get a record deal? You already got your people shot up. Miss Mello, the game. It's over. Put this drill music. You're a survivor. You know so many people. You already know the outcome. You know the saying. You from the South. What's understood don't need to be explained. You out here doing this, what you rapping about, and you know what's coming back. And if you still doing it, come on, man, you asking for this. You the one asking for this, for real. So, it's just a time, man, where we gotta take accountability, man. We gotta grow up. We can't blame the mayor, even though she's sorry. So, for those who new to this podcast too, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Dope Lines Podcast. Already, the realest talk you'll get from any source. We that deal. So, tonight's topic, unfiltered. We're talking drill music. Not just the sound, but the spirits behind it. Is the movement music or possess? Is it the record execs making a profit, the radio stations that play it on repeat? I gotta excuse me, fireworks. They not shooting. I know Chicago. I think it's shooting. It's hard to decipher. You better know. You better know. Trust me. But is it the radio stations that play things on repeat? Is it the fans that cheer it on? They keep it going? They can't get enough of it? Or is it the rest of us? Us. We just too scared to tell the truth. Is it art anymore? Is it influence? I mean, because rap is just out of control. Like, who can you really blame at the end of the day? But I tell you what, we do know who helped innate and kick off and sponsor all this bullshit, and we don't go at them. Well, I ain't gonna say we don't go at them. A few of us go at them. Some of y'all scared to say it. But we know the Jews, fam. We know they got the record labels. We know they got the movie stations. We know they got social media. We know they got everything. But some of us are scared, Jack. We got sponsors. We got this, we got that. So we can't say nothing. And we allow this shit to happen. We allow our kids to get these record deals and become rappers and kill each other and spread this evil, demonic, demon time type of energy through their music. Drill music is everywhere. Everywhere you go now, from here to London, all over the world. Drill music. Everybody got ops, got switches, want to catch hats. Just the craziest thing, man. And nobody sees that it's crazy. And at first it was just the kids, the young fellas. Now it's the women. You got women out here who rapping more demonic than the dudes. Mellow Bucks is one of them. And I love her flow. She can rap her ass off. But she's one of them. She's demonic as fuck. Her music is. Not saying she is. Her music. And what happens is, you rap about that type of stuff, you see what happens. You want to wait till you get rich and famous. And then become a mob boss. It just don't make sense. You mean to tell me I'm trying to get a record deal in the studio, spending all my money, doing all this work, trying to get a record deal, just so I can be a gangster? Just so my homies can ride around and act like they tougher than what they is because we got some money and they know I'm going to bounce them out of jail? So now they trying to lay down everything in sight so they can prove they worth, show they worth, earn their keep. Come on, man. Always under the influence. Come on, man. We gotta do better. We gotta stop blaming everybody and everything. We just gotta man up. We gotta woman up. We gotta take care of our kids. We gotta get the black household back. I know this type of conversation will get me canceled because it's too much like right. I'm not fitting the narrative. I'm not down with the culture. I'm not lit. I'm not in it. I'm hunk. I'm old. I'm not going with the narrative. So I just want everybody, man, just think and understand that it's gonna be hard for Chicago for the next few days, because I know people got vengeance and retaliation on their mind, and they're ready to crash out at any time. And it's gonna be a long, hot weekend in Chicago. So I'm just saying this in advance. Man, be safe. Be safe as possible, man. That go to everybody, even me. I'm floating around this weekend. I'm not gonna let these people scare me. But I'm also gonna be, you know, I'm not trying to go nowhere where I need a gun. I'll put it that way. If I gotta go somewhere where I need a gun, I'm staying at home. But yeah. Shout out to everybody, man, that's tuning in. Like I said, sad day in Chicago. 18 people got shot. 4 people died. All of them close. One of them was the boyfriend of the artist who was performing, listening party. But I'm gonna tell you this though. We can't allow these type of people to be famous unless we go make them take accountability. So what I mean by that, I need them to change up their narrative. I need them to switch it up. You know, it's only right. We gonna ride with you on your tragedy, your tragedies and all that. We gonna be here for you. But at the same time, we're not gonna ride with you if you gonna be on some bullshit and stay rapping about the same thing. My heart goes out to you. But if you come back rapping about ops again and shit, I can't fuck with you. I love you, but you know, if you gonna keep putting yourself in harm's way and danger, that's on you. And you on your own. But I'm just hoping that Mellow Bucks and the whole Chicago rap community, I pray they just switch it up. Cause we in a demonic state. Farrakhan getting too old. These other preachers, they just in it for the money. They want to come and get on TV afterwards. They just like BLM and the fake Johnny Cochran's out there. All them lawyers that come and try to race bait. The mayor, Brandon Johnson, trying to race bait. He gonna come up with some logic on how it's because these kids are poor and deprived and, you know, don't have nothing to do. Come on, man, you in the city of Chicago. You got the biggest, brightest, boldest downtown. You got everything you can do. And these kids ain't hurting on no money. Kids have more money than the grown-ups. Come on now. But he gonna try to flip it. So we just go tune in tomorrow and watch how your boy try to flip it. Brandon Johnson, Prisker. I'm pretty sure they gonna have a news conference too, where he try to talk more aggressive and more boldly, basically try to be more like Trump, because if Trump get a hold of this story, you already know what he gonna say. Yo, I send the marshal law in, National Guard, lock their ass down. But yeah, I'll get canceled for this because I'm not going with the culture. I'm not riding with that sympathetic, no accountability. It's everybody's fault but ours. Victimhood mentality. But like I said, this Dope Lines podcast, man, it's a sad day. I ain't even have to talk about this type of stuff, but we got to get it together, man. We got to get our music together. We got to get everything right, man, and only we can do it. We can't wait on nobody else to try to do it for us. We got to go out there and we got to do it ourselves, man. It starts with us. It ends with us. Can't nobody do it for us. Can't nobody stop us. So, with that note, I just want to say, make sure if you looking for the official hip-hop merchandise, the hottest merchandise, #1 in the land in the hip-hop merchandise apparel business, you gotta make sure you fuck with Dope Lines Apparel. I ain't lying. We got some shit out there too. You gotta go see that new Freddie Gibbs inspired shirt. I can't be, let's say, I can't be holding grudges. My hands too busy catching blessings. That Freddie Gibbs. Make sure y'all check that one out though. That's a hot shirt. DopeLinesApparel.com. The hottest merchandise. My birthday coming up on the 8th. So this is what I want y'all to do. Since my birthday coming up on the 8th, everybody, you ain't got to buy me nothing. Shop online and buy yourself something for my birthday. Get you some fresh ass gear. Everybody. DopeLinesApparel.com. You see it up on top of the screen. Make sure y'all go there, shop. I got the heat. Nas inspired, Biggie inspired, Mobb Deep inspired, Lauryn Hill inspired. Like, I got some of the dopest lines from the dopest peoples ever. This ain't no Rudy Poo, low level, quick thinking, quick scheming ass situation. I put this together. Every line on there is dope for a reason. So like I said, my birthday on the 8th. Salute, happy birthday. I ain't made it there yet though. Pause. We go wait. But shop at Dope Lines Apparel. DopeLinesApparel.com. And make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe to Dope Lines Podcast. I don't know why y'all ain't in tune, man. Get in tune.